Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about QNT, aka Quant Network. I said that backwards, but it's all good. Sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So overall, I have been reiterating all week that, hey, Bitcoin is looking a little bit weak, above 44K at around 45K. Took some risk off of my, trading, holdings, but my HODL holdings have not been touched, which of course do include my QNT. I'm not selling any QNT or anything like that anytime soon. But I have, told you guys that we should be watching a lot of things, and I will mention those again in this video. I know that I've mentioned these things many times, and I'm sure that a lot of you are probably just tired of hearing about it, but it is something that I want you to all keep note of. But in terms of, QNT, we are seeing, trading volume up about 45%. We're seeing the price not too crazy overall. I mean, it's still sitting around $130, but we did drop down to about 125. I do want you all to watch these three major indices on Monday. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a homework assignment, if you will. Watch these three as they open on Monday at 9:30 EST in the morning. Because these three are going to be a major factor into what this market is going to do. I know a lot of people are concerned about March with, interest hikes and stuff like that from the Fed. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that I would be concerned about in general, just in terms of like price appreciation or price depreciation. I definitely am watching a lot of things regarding, of course, Bitcoin and the indices in general, just finance alone. But for QNT, so I told you guys about this nice demand zone that we came down and touched. I do believe that $83 will hold if anything happens. That is like way too crazy. But I believe that we will see some nice price appreciation before we do see, some major downward pressure still. In terms of Monday, if we do have a nice sell-off pattern, yeah, we'll most likely touch down at about $120, hoping that this, 236 level holds. That'll be very good for us. And I do want to see us back over, of course, $160. We need to break that point to, target the 382, which is at about $177. But for the most part, I am watching QNT, short-term, long-term, whatever you want to call it, because I still believe that QNT is going to deliver really good short-term gains as well as long-term gains. And for a lot of those individuals that are holding QNT, you're most likely nearing, either your yearly mark that you've been hodling since around this point here, back at like, we're talking about like 30 some dollars, or maybe you bought in during the summertime. It's all good in terms of those short-term or long-term gains. It's all good in terms of taxes. I know a lot of people are probably worried about that. But for the most part, I'm not, too concerned at all on QNT. I think that we have a little bit more time to go. I know that a lot of people have been saying that the market structure could bleed us all the way into, the summertime or even possibly September to reach our all-time highs. So with that in mind, I'm still looking forward to seeing some major price appreciation for QNT all the way up into either or even the $3,000 range. I think that this is the golden area, right? $1,500 to about almost $3,000 is the golden area for QNT in terms of its highs for this bull run. Don't get me wrong, I think that we still have a very good long-term viewpoint here as well. I've always said, possibly $5,000 to $10,000 as well. It all depends on how much money actually flows into crypto. We know that this Sunday is going to be very big in terms of, Super Bowl ads and stuff like that. I've talked to you guys a little bit about that. We're going to be talking about this probably tomorrow, as I do warn you guys ahead of time. But in general, for a lot of things in terms of the new money system, the new financial system, if you will, we really have to take a look at LAC. LAC chain is a huge, massive partnership with QNT, or partner of QNT. But we do see here LACNet. It is coming soon, this Monday, the 14th. We will tell you more about LACNet, the digital highway, available to the region for deploying solutions using blockchain technology. This is going to be very interesting, and of course, we unite to strengthen the blockchain ecosystem in Latin America and the Caribbean. This is definitely going to be in part with Quant. I don't see QNT not being involved in this at all. We know that, of course, LAC chain, I should say, with QNT are huge players in this space, but we are also comparing things to Bitcoin as well. This is what I talk about in terms of those long-term gains. It's like when we're talking about the market cap potential for QNT compared to Bitcoin, like there's so much more potential here. I mean, look at the market cap at $47,461 for Bitcoin compared to the market cap at, or I should say the price for QNT at that same market cap, $67,497. The potential here for QNT is far greater than Bitcoin, just from an overall market cap and circulating supply perspective. And I also do see that QNT has a lot more, of course, interoperability, layers and utility layers than, of course, Bitcoin. And Bitcoin doesn't really have any interoperability layers anyways. I meant more so utilities, but it's all good. We are still seeing major concerns within, of course, the interoperability space. Regulated documents say interoperability is a problem with DLTs, but they never mentioned there are solutions that solve this problem. Mainstream is sleeping on the term interoperability. Warning for citizens, do your research on Quant Network and Interledger. Interledger protocol definitely is big in terms of XRP and Ripple, but again, when we are talking about the major problem here, it's the idea of connectivity, right? There's a ton of great DLTs in the space. A lot of people mention DAG, HBAR, this, that. The problem with these being utilized properly is that there's no interoperability layers that a lot of these major enterprises and institutions are actually realizing yet. In my mind, right, when we're talking about QNT, I've realized it, you've realized it because you're probably holding QNT. We know how big this massive technology is going to be. Here are some diagrams of this. In terms of interoperability, this is going to be the connectivity layer for everything. This is talking about, Constellation Network as well, right? This is talking about, Corda, Hyperledger, Ripple, Ethereum, JP Quorum, everything, right? Here's QNT, 3-line code API. That means 3 lines of code to connect to all of these DLTs. Major banks, central banks, legacy infrastructures will all be able to connect and bridge easily with every blockchain technology in this space. And it's all in one single API gateway. This all happens in an instant. It's going to be able to connect to enterprise permission blockchains, public permissionless blockchains, and even those ISO 222 currencies and other blockchains as well. This is huge. This is massive. I've tried to describe this the best way I possibly can to all of you, but I think that these diagrams really kind of put into place where QNT really kind of lies. It's at the heart and soul of the future network of networks, connecting everything to one major network. I want you to all understand that this puts into place every DLT, every major network in this space. Talking more so about even Oracle, Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, Hyperledger Basu. We talk about Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, almost any network or DLT that wants to communicate with one another, or I should say send transactions to one another in terms of the legacy network of banks, or I shouldn't even say legacy networks, but legacy banking systems, to a network like Ripple or so, will have to utilize QNT. The system is broken. It's not interoperable. Here's the QNT world, the Quant world, right? Here's the blockchain world, blockchain 1 to blockchain 2. Broader DLT world, DLT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all interconnected. Here's the Quant world, where everything is connected to one major player. That one major player is allowing for interconnectivity and interoperability between all of these major platforms. This is why I'm invested into QNT. This is why I study this technology. This is why I try to understand at the best of my ability this technology. When we look here from Quant themselves, to bring not only harmonization but assurance to the technology and give people the comfort that there would be a standard for different types of blockchains. Gilbert Verdian on why he helped create the ISO standard TC307 in 2015. And this TC307, like when we look at so let me go back to the first diagram. When we're looking at ISO 222, everybody is so bullish on ISO 222. It's going to allow XRP to go to this price, that price. It's going to go, ALGO is going to go parabolic. I want you to all understand that this is just a messaging format. Okay? TC307 is a standard that allows whole countries to utilize interoperability technology that's not only connecting payments, but connecting the Internet of Things. We're talking about phones. We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about the banking system. We're talking about just every single thing that would need interoperability. We're talking about even, military grade interoperability. We're talking about interoperability that stretches well beyond the means of just crypto technology. This is why I've told you guys day and day and day in, right? QNT is solving trillion-dollar use cases, or problems, I should say, in terms of its major use case. We even see here, how is it that no other interoperability solution is named a UK government supplier? QNT News from September of 2020. We go back in time. This is from the Crown Commercial Service Supplier with QNT. Quant is delighted to be named a supplier on GovUK Crown Commercial Services G-Cloud 12 framework. The UK Gov now has access to Quant's powerful technology that helps enterprises and governments to unlock the true value of DLTs. This is why TC307 matters. Whole countries will be able to adopt and utilize this technology to give them the true potential of DLT technologies. DLTs will not be able to be adopted at their true potential and their true value without that interconnectivity layer. That is exactly why when we look at diagrams like this, it kind of gives you that true overall viewpoint and visualization on how massive Quant is in terms of its overledger network. I want you to all understand this and make sure to keep in mind that right now, at $137, you are investing into the interconnectivity layer of the future of everything. We're not only talking about crypto, we're talking about pretty much everything. We're talking about end-to-end access. We're talking about data. We're talking about API gateways. We're talking about multi-ledger tokens. We're talking about DLTs and networks in general. We're talking about the fintech zones. We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about everything. I want you to all understand that this is everything. Look up at the top. Multi-party BCNet, DevOps, APIs, more, right? This is all Oracle. Oracle is connected with cloud-based servers, cloud-based use cases. We're talking about Microsoft. We're talking about huge, massive names in this space. I want you to all understand the sheer amount of volume that will flow over Quant. So with that being said, do I believe that Quant's true value is $136 to even $10,000? Absolutely not. I know the true value of QNT. Will I be patient enough to hodl until then? 100%. You guys could do whatever you want with your QNT. All I ask you all to do is do your own research. I'm telling you, it will pay off in time. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.